that means for you for all 12 zodiac signs as quick as I can. And I also want to show you two astrological charts that have to do with the start of a day. 2 minutes. I'm going to show you 2 minutes. If you look at the title, the moon in Aries at 1 degree and 26 arc minutes. What does this mean? What does this mean? Well, for starters, it means starts because in the natural zodiac, Aries is the very first zodiac sign in the natural zodiac, and Aries signifies the spring, the beginning of spring. Angle the glasses for the glare. Hope that's well works for you. If you're just getting here and you're new here, welcome. I'm the lab coat astrologer, aka Victor Moore is the title, the name you know, the name you trust. Been doing astrology for over 2 decades, helping people unravel the intricacies of the astrological chart. So stay with me, get right into it. Aries, the moon in Aries. First of all, the moon has to do with the emotions, it has to do with the feelings. When it's in Aries, it's a little feisty, a little zesty, little spicy, muy caliente, hot, heated. If you look at the color of Aries, it's red. Red symbolizes alert, impulse, blood, fiery, a fire, even quite literally a fire. Aries is a fire sign. It's cardinal, I mean, it's enterprising, it bursts into action. Look at the spring, the young spring chickens, the birds, the bees, the fowl of the air, pigeons. You see pigeons getting it on. It's crazy out here. Or it's spring. It's nature. It's the beginning. All right. So this is what we got: a newness and a new beginning for all those who are Aries suns, moons, and risings. All three of you. However many of you that there are in the galaxy. Right. Now, I'm automatically thinking about planetary ruler. I don't want to speed and go too fast for those who are just learning. However, Mars is the planet that rules Aries. What does this mean? This means that wherever you have Mars, you can make a connection between the moon in Aries and your natal Mars, and Mars in all your other charts if you're an expert in astrology. Okay? Moon in Aries for Taurus. Now, if we were to put Taurus in the first place, it would put Aries in the 12th house. So for Tauruses, it is a behind the scenes energetic. There may be some things that you're upset about that you keep it on the hush, because Aries is in the 12th house of Taurus, especially for Taurus risings, especially. So while the moon is in Aries for Taurus, suns, moons, risings, be mindful of your reflective state. This is a time to reflect. This is the end of a phase for you before the moon ingresses into Taurus. All right? It's a Pisces energy, if you will, because the 12th house is associated with Pisces. So Tauruses, be mindful of that. Okay? Now, moon in Aries for Geminis. Right? And in order to do this, we're going to put Gemini. We're going to look at the Gemini code. If we put Gemini in the ascendant, we find Aries in the what? That's right, the 11th house. So what is the 11th house? So the 11th house is Aquarius's house. It points to friends, associates, and quite simply collaboration, if we put it on a new age type time. It's time to collaborate, Geminis. It's time to get it going with impulse, taking action, speaking up. Gemini is the sign of speaking and communication and information. Right? Cancer. What does this mean for you? It has to do with your career, with the moon in Aries for Cancer, sun, moon, and rising signs. It puts the moon in Aries in your 10th house, which is the house of career, reputation, business. Tom, yes, I would say yes. Thank you so much for your comment. Appreciate you. Now, Cancer is an emotional sign. It's also an enterprising sign, similar to Aries. So there's kind of a tension there with the taking of action and the emotional nature of Cancer. So be mindful of your energy and that you may be on an edge. You might need to collect yourself before you respond, and as you go from one dimension to the next, or one event to the next, or one circumstance to the next, from work to home, or from work to the store, and so on and so forth. Are you with me? Now, Leo, when the moon is in Aries, for Leo, sun, moon, and rising signs, it points to the ninth house, which is the house of education, career. The short king. It depends. There's a multiplicity of options that you have there. You have to go with your gut. Listen to your gut. I'm guessing you're a Cancer or a Leo. I don't know. I don't know. Put it in the comments. Leo, it's a good time for you energetically because Leo's a fire sign, Aries is a fire sign, and there's some enthusiasm in regards to philosophy, higher education, training, improving your wisdom. Because this is what the ninth house is. Even your connection to God, believe it or not. You may be inspired in some random way, Leos. Okay? Yes, if you like the video, like it. If you don't like the video, don't like it. If you want to comment some silly stuff in the comments, do your thing. This is your live. I just turned it on. This is your live. I just turned it on. Virgos. When the moon is in Aries, it points to your eighth house. It's a transitional stage for you Virgos, right? It also points to the looking and observing and reflecting on the partner's worth and value. It also has to do with merging of resources, joint finances, and looking at the bills, if you will, for Virgos, because this is what the eighth house is. Shared resources are quite simply the things that you share. You get a phone from the phone company, and they're like, oh, it's yours. However, you have a payment plan because you don't pay it all off. That's a shared resource. It's part yours and it's part the company's until you pay that whole thing off. Unless you pay it off. Those are shared resources. That's what the eighth house is in a modern sense. Libra, when the moon's in Aries, it points to relationships, fairness, the doing of others, the doing unto others as you like done unto you, quite simply. Because it's a first house, seventh house for the Libra suns, moons, and rising signs. There's a want for partnership. There's a need. There's an itch. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's intimate. It's someone that you can relate to, which is the seventh house. Okay? Scorpio. It's a perfect time for you to focus on your health and wellness. Get your sweat on. Do some type of service and care for humanity in some way, shape, or form, because the sixth house is the house that Virgo rules. Virgos are servants of the Most High. They enjoy doing work and providing a detailed, structured routine for you. Hey, okay, you're going to want to do this, that, and the third. Are you with me? Hashtag Virgo in the comments. Hashtag Aries in the comments if you're with me, because the moon's in Aries. But Grand Rising, if you just got here, welcome. If you're into astrology, you come to the perfect place. If you're not into astrology, there's plenty of lives here on YouTube. Find you something to do. Honestly. Where are we? Libra. So after Libra, Scorpio, we did Scorpio. It's the health, it's the work, it's routine, setting a routine for yourself, and being ready to administer routines. For Sagittarius, it is when the moon is in Aries, it points to your love life. Right? Sagittarius are a little more adventurous and they'll want to play. Pay attention to your Sagittarius buds, your Sagittarius friends, lovers, and Sagittarius suns, moons, and risings, and wherever Sagittarius is located in the chart. Because Sagittarius to Aries, we're looking at the Sagittarius code. We're looking at it and we put Sagittarius in the first place, even if you're not a Sagittarius rising. You could be a Sagittarius sun, you could be a Sagittarius moon. You don't have to be a Sagittarius rising to look at the Sagittarius code, because everybody has Sagittarius in their astrological chart and we can put that in the first place. Stay tapped in. We'll get into that in a little bit of later videos. It's a little technical. It's not until you know it. When you know it, then it's easy, it's simple. But we'll leave that there. So Sagittarius want to play today. And for the next 2 days, because the moon stays in the zodiac sign for approximately 2.5 days on average. Capricorns. Capricorn, when the moon is in Aries, it points to your living circumstances. It points to your family. It points to your home. Administering some leadership qualities in the home and with the family, with the mother, quite simply. If the mother's not here, it's going down memory lane in regards to how the mother laid down the law, or the assertion of the mother, and or even the grandmother. Oh, you went from day drinking to wanting advice in school. Well, it depends. The short king. Um, it depends on your birthday, and we can look at it definitely, most indubitably. If you're into astrology, you come here, and you're respectable, and you comment in the comments. I don't mind the silliness. I don't mind. Do your thing. Like I said, it's your live. I just turned it on, right? But this is a place where you can learn something about astrology, honestly, right? And you can vet me. This is what I want. I want you to vet me. Don't even believe what I say right off the bat just because I say I've been doing it for over 2 decades and all that. Just throw all that in the trash. Throw it all in the garbage. Who cares, buddy? Let's hear what you got. Let's see. Actions speak louder than words. Ask about me. Okay? Ask about me. Stay coming. You just do whatever you want. Whatever your heart tells you. Follow your heart. You know what I mean? But up. So Capricorns are looking to establish. Capricorn's a cardinal sign, just like Aries a cardinal sign. So there's a dynamic there. And similar to Cancer and Aries, Capricorn and Aries also has that little tension there because it's a square aspect. And in astrology, squares bring a little bit of tension. For Capricorns, it's with structure and immediacy and urgency, right? Aquarius, sun, moon, rising signs. It's your mindset. It's your thinking. It's your communication. There's a need to speak up and take action in that regard over the course of the next 2 days. But I just noticed that Chiron is also in Aries, so there's a healing energetic there too to your communication and your care for others. So that's dynamic. You're going to see some of those things pop off over the course of the next 2 days. And last but not least is Pisces. Pisces, it's your finances. And if it's not your finances, oh, I'm not a material person. That's fine. It's fine. It's your value and your self worth for you, Pisces. Any Pisces in here? Any? No. Okay. That's fine. There's a delay. There's a delay on the comments. It's a little different from the talk. I'm getting used to it. But when Pisces, sun, moon, and rising sign code and is being looked at, we find Aries in the second place. This is Taurus's place. The sign of values, the sign of worth, the sign of persistence, the sign of trustworthiness, the sign of patience. So Pisces is, it's interesting how Pisces values impulse and speed in a patient place. That's interesting. The Pisces rising values speed and quick movement and action in an environment that has a lot to do with patience. That's interesting. We'll get into that in a later video. There's some secret gems in there. Anywho, I want to show you this thing here. Short King, I see you. Let's get you in here. All right. These are two charts. I want you to pay attention to this point right here. Bop, bop. You see how that? Diddy bop, diddy bop, diddy bop, bop. Diddy bop, diddy bop, diddy bop, bop. Now this is the moment. If you're in the East Coast of the United States, this is Brooklyn. Is Brooklyn in the house? Without a doubt, brother. You dig? And so what I did here is why I did this is because I wanted to show you how the sun rises. This is how the planets act. They go from dark to light. Darkness, it's dark, dusk. It's a little, the colors are beautiful there because it's so close to the horizon. And then, you know, the sun rises. And so that action there, it came to me like a download, like an angel sent me a message today and it was like, yo, tell them about the present moment. You know, let them know about how you start your day. This is how you start your day. Some of you came in here and had said some words that you started the live, right? How do you start your day? How do you start your circumstances when you go from event to event, from experience to experience, to dimension to dimension? And when I say dimension to dimension, doesn't mean you're traveling through black holes and stuff like that. It could be going from your bathroom to your bedroom. Like, how do you start? What's your mindset? You know? And so the stage that's set astrologically for the start of the day, for those that are in the East Coast of the United States, especially Brooklyn, shame on you, is Taurus and values. This is what pops off and sets the stage. And while the start of the day takes action with values and persistence and worth, self worth, right? It looks like the sun last left Chiron, which is healing, right? With impulse. And we have the moon and Mercury and Aries there saying, hey, whoa, let's be behind the scenes with our impulsive thoughts before we're so quick to speak, right? There's a benefit, Jupiter, with the mindset and a value with using a nobleness to the mind in the thinking processes and before you even speak out of your face, honestly. You can feel it in this section here sometimes. Some of you. Some of you who are tapped in, you can feel it. I can feel it coming in the air of night. Oh, Lord. Right? And so there's a little bit of that. I think that's interesting. Now, looking at this start of the day, let's carry this with us. Values. We carry values with us. And, not for nothing and for something at the same time, let's look at the planet that rules Taurus because it's significant. It's Venus. Venus is in Pisces at 27 degrees. Well, I'll be. Venus does the best in Pisces. I'm just saying. Not for nothing and for something all in the same time. Venus does the best, and it actually does the best at the 27th or the 29th. Some people say 27th, some people say 29th. We're close. We're in the vicinity, we're within the range. So, long story short, it's value yourself and also have some compassion towards your associates and towards group activity and find some structure and be present and go within. All right, that's what I wanted to share. The Short King, we're going to get to you September 17th, 2007. I see you. Send me a message. My number's in the bio, and I'll see you in the next video. Like, comment, share your zodiac sign. Ba-da-bop. Later. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed.